Welcome to Cyborgs Review Books, the channel where cyborgs review books. I'm Cyborg Dave, and on my screen is Cyborg Jules. Hi, Cyborg Jules.
Hi, Cyborg Dave.
No relation. And today we will be reviewing an extreme horror favorite, 2023's Blender Babies by Jon Athan. Cyborg Jules, please can you give us one of your famous AI-generated summaries to kick the video off with? Go.
In a world gone mad from the craze, where folks kidnap babies, blend them up, and drink their addictive essence, Brian Turner's holed up in a police station with his family and survivors. Supplies dwindle. Fiends lurk outside. He's got to rescue his kidnapped newborn and carve out some safe spot before everything blends to nothing. Wild ride, right?
Very good. And basically it's a post-apocalypse zombie action gore, but instead of zombies, there are baby fiends, right? That turn babies into smoothies to feed their adrenochrome addiction. If you've seen Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you'll know that adrenochrome is a substance found in the pineal gland of a living human subject, and it will get you higher than you've ever been in your life.
You took too much, man. You took too much.
But in Blender Babies, only
Right.
the adrenochrome from babies will get you mashed, right?
Yeah, twisted, right?
Twisted as fuck.
Does the
Now,
trick.
shush.
No substitutes.
Cyborg Jules, be quiet. The best thing for me about the book is the transposition of zombies that merely want to eat your flesh into junkies that want to blend up your baby and drink it. The author does a commendable job with that task, I think, but thankfully he wasn't too serious about it to not leave open some glaring holes in the idea for the reader's bemusement. For instance, what is the cutoff age, right? How old is too old for a baby fiend to, give the kid a pass? Am I right, Cyborg Jules? How old is too old?
Exactly. The book plays it coy, but seems like anything past toddler age is a hard no. Like they're too chunky, or their glands just don't pop. What, 10? 15? Athan leaves it deliciously vague.
No, actually, you're completely wrong. It's
Am I?
even more vague than that, because at one point, one of the characters kills her own 4 and 8-year-old kids to save them from the horror that awaits them with the baby fiends. But when I read this bit, I thought, but isn't 5 too old? You can't fit a 5-year-old into a blender. It's too big. You wouldn't even get the head in. All right, so maybe she didn't need to kill them at all. So that had me wondering, and it kept me amused. I find that kind of thing funny. There's also a character. There's also this kid in it called Lee who goes crazy in the police station, and he keeps saying to himself, "She wasn't even pregnant, man." And which I found funny. I found it funny to think that one of these baby fiends cut a woman's stomach open, hoping to find a baby, and there wasn't a baby in it. And it's like, oh shit, I thought she was pregnant, and she was just fat.
That part cracked me up too.
No,
Lee's
it didn't.
muttering.
No, because your AI, nothing cracked you up. It cracked me up. I thought that was quite funny, and this character is just walking around going, "She wasn't even pregnant." And another thing I kept thinking was, and this had me thinking, is that the book only works if all of the male characters give a shit about their families, right? Now,
But what if one of them just didn't care? Imagine a dad going,
crime.
meh.
Shut up. I've watched enough true crime to know that not all men make good husbands and fathers.
Fair point, Cyborg
Yes,
Dave.
fair point. Now, for instance, this guy, I don't think this guy would do too much to protect his family against a horde of baby fiends. And but in the third act, this sort of anomaly is sort of addressed with the introduction of the Lord of the Flesh character, which I think is probably the best character in the book. Funny in a very, very sick and twisted way. If you're into sort of gallows humor, you're gonna like the Lord of the Flesh. He wears a woman's amputated breast on his head, like a British policeman's helmet. And with this character, the book explores the idea that adrenochrome not only gets people high, but it can also turn some men into raving misogynists, a bit like incels, a more extreme version of incels. And in fact, the Lord of the Flesh actually references the incel catchphrase, supreme gentleman, at one point. Isn't that right?
The Lord of the Flesh.
Yes, he does, Cyborg Jules. Now, Cyborg Jules, who first coined the phrase supreme gentleman in the incel community? Can you tell us that?
The phrase supreme gentleman was first thrown around in incel circles as a twisted tribute to Elliot Rodger. He called himself that in his manifesto after the Isla Vista killings back in 2014. It's basically code for the hero they worship, the guy who blamed every woman for his dry spell and decided to go full martyr. Not proud of how it stuck around.
No, and of course Elliot Rodgers was wrong. He's not the supreme gentleman. I am. I'm the supreme gentleman. Cyborg Jules, all right, you can help me here. Please explain the scene, the castration scene, in a YouTube-friendly way. Can you do that? Because it's really nasty.
Okay, so one of the dads gets grabbed. Fiends pin him down, slice him up. Down there. It ain't a full amputation, but they nick enough to make him scream. Why? They want to neuter the threat. Like, literally. Can't fight back if he can't stand, right? But he does. Kicks a guy in the teeth. Crawls. Still screaming. Not cool. Not sexy. Just brutal.
That's not the scene. Right, anyway, I'll explain. You haven't read the book. Alright, a guy's dick and balls get cut off, basically, and they get stuck in a mincer by one of the baby fiends. I think he's called the Meat Man, or that might be another character. Anyway, this guy's junk gets minced up, and another guy, a policeman is strapped up, and the baby fiend force feeds the other guy's meat and two veg into the policeman's mouth. And again, I found it a bit funny. I don't know, it's not funny, I know, and it was gross. It did make me want to throw up, but I don't know, I sort of want to laugh at that sort of stuff at the same time, which is why I like these kind of books. One aspect of the book I especially liked is that it'll be explaining, bloody, shattered, torn up limbs scattered around the place. And he'll just add a little bit of excrement. Just a little bit of excrement. He'll just smear excrement all over it. A little bit of excrement goes a long way, I find, and so does Jon Athan, it seems. Anyway, Cyborg Jules, I'm going to wrap it up now. That is Blender Babies by Jon Athan. It's fun, fast-paced, really nasty when you don't expect it, and definitely worth a read if you're into that sort of stuff. I'm gonna leave a link to Jon Athan's website and his Amazon page below. If you like this video, please click the relevant buttons, show your support. I'm Cyborg Dave, that's Cyborg Jules. Say goodbye, Cyborg Jules.
Goodbye, viewers. That's a wrap from me, too.
Alright, and what's up next?
Well, I've got a ton of book lists I can comb through. Or we could do a movie. Saw a couple trailers.
Let's not.